Filipinos can expect more imported rice to enter the country as the Rice Liberalization Law takes effect today. Republic Act 11203 was signed by President Rodrigo Duterte on February 14th. The law lifts import restrictions on rice to make the price affordable for all. But with the law now in effect, the National Food Authority, or NFA, has been stripped of its regulatory functions over international and domestic trading of rice. The NFA will no longer exercise functions over the local rice industry, such as licensing and registrations of those engaged in grains business, collection of regulatory fees, warehouse inspection, authority to seize hoarded stocks, among others. This means the NFA's role will now be limited to ensuring the sufficient supply of buffer stocks of rice. Farmer groups have earlier opposed the removal of import quotas on rice. They say flooding the local market with cheap imported rice will kill the Philippine rice industry. And we now talk to NEDA Assistant Secretary Mercedita Sombilia. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for taking our call.
Hi, good morning, Ria. Good morning also to your fellow viewers.
Ma'am, the rice tariffication law takes effect today. Can you tell us about the IRR that's expected to be signed and what will be included and not in the law?
Well, the IRR, which we started formulating about 2-3 weeks ago, it's now almost complete. There are just some items that, that we gathered, the relevant items that we gathered from the consultations. We had, a week-long consultation last week, both, in public and online. And so there are some relevant, suggestions that we are going to be considering and to be including in the IRR. So hopefully we are going to be able to, complete that today, and hopefully within the week or the, next week, it will be approved and signed by the three agencies who, together work in the formulation of the IRR, that is DA, DBM, and NEDA.
Ma'am, what are the main concerns regarding the rice law? What are the farmers saying?
Well, they're saying that, because we are now going to free up importation of rice. There's going to be flooding of rice in the market, and that would, have a negative impact on their farm gate prices. And so, they might lose a lot. Some farmers may opt not to plant rice anymore. But in the IRR, in the law itself, there are already some provisions that would really assist the farmers, the rice farmers in particular, become more competitive. There are about 57 provinces in our, rough estimates of, how the rice industry stands in the Philippines. There are about 57 provinces that are competitive as they are. So it would be very easy, to assist them to improve further their yield levels or get their rice cost of production lower. And the IRR and the law itself provides all those interventions that would help the farmers either, increase their yield further or reduce their cost of production, or both. Some farmers, probably those really in the marginal areas, will probably opt to get out of rice farming, and total. And, the law also provides assistance, especially for farmers that would diversify into higher value crops, cultivating higher value crops, which is probably the more suitable crops, to cultivate in their land. So there are various provisions in the IRR and in the law itself that would really help us. We don't want our farmers. We don't want to lose our farmers. We want them to stay. So we provided them all kinds of assistance, all the needed assistance that would really make them stay and make them competitive.
Speaking of assistance, ma'am, what safety nets are in place to ensure that the money from the tariffs will indeed go to the farmers to assist them in their livelihood?
The law establishes this Rice Competitive Enhancement Fund, okay? there is going to be an annual appropriation from the GAA. You don't even need to wait for the tariff revenues to come in, no? 10 billion appropriation from the GAA that will already be allocated primarily into several agencies. The PhilMec, the Philippine Mechanization, Research Center, the PhilRice for the seeds, credit assistance, that will be handled by Land Bank and the DBP, and training, to help farmers be trained on new cultivation practices that will help them, increase their yield. So automatically, a GAA of 10 billion will be appropriated to this Rice Competitive Enhancement Fund. Over and above that, if the tariff revenue exceeds 10 billion, the excess will also go to the Rice Fund. And that will be used to, provide interventions on other key interventions that will help the farmers. For example, crop insurance, land titling, and even assistance to diversify out of rice and into higher value crops.
ASEC, when can we expect the IRR to be released?
Just as I said a while ago, we are hoping that we could insert all the relevant comments that we gathered from the public consultation and the online consultation within the week, and hopefully also within the week if the three agencies would be able to approve and sign it. But in the law itself, there are already provisions that are executory immediately, like the removal of the regulations of the regulatory functions of the NFA, the imposition of the tariff rates, some provisions that you can already execute even without IRR.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. That was NEDA ASEC Mercedita Sombilla.